Hello and welcome back to our channel. Thank you so much first of all for all of the subscribes and the comments and the likes. We're really blown away by the reaction so far and didn't see this coming at all. So thank you so much for that, and we'll try to keep it up with the weekly videos as we've been doing now. So yeah, in this video we are going to have a look back to the first days, well, before and just after the move, when we tackled some of the things that we really wanted and needed to do, such as getting hot water in the house, but also make sure that the place is a bit more livable until we tackle all of the work that is on our to-do list. So let's have a look at what we did.
One of the things that we really wanted to do before we moved in was to create a bit of a safe haven in the living room, which meant that we wanted it to look a bit fresh and giving the illusion of being a bit finished, to not remind us every single time that we were there relaxing of all the work that we still need to do over the next couple of years. One thing that kept us from having that safe haven in the living room was the fact that the previous owners at some point were too lazy to move a cabinet from the wall, and they just painted around it. And we just decided to give the entire living room a SOS coat of white paint, and as you'll see, it now looks a lot fresher and it actually is a bit of a safe haven. The painting was one of the few things that we did before we moved in, and because we moved in so quickly after getting the keys, there were a lot of things that we had to do on the fly, and one of those things was installing the boiler, which we did on our first full day of living there, mainly because we did not have any source of heating, and having a warm shower at least at the end of the day to get us warm again would be very nice. We had already bought the boiler previously, so we had it all ready to go. And the nifty thing about the boiler that we bought is that it came in a box where you can simply cut out one of the sides, that it then also functions as a template. So you know exactly where you're going to hang it, where your bolts are going to be, without you having to lift the entire boiler and trying to figure it out yourself. One of the things that we have always done and that we will continue to do forever is to regularly stop and ask questions. So just have a look at what you're doing and figuring out whether it's indeed the right way to do it. And the question that I asked when we were hanging up the boiler just before we started drilling was, aren't these hollow bricks? And the answer was yes, those are hollow bricks. And the position where we had put the markers for the bolts were in the middle of a stone, which would mean that the bolts and the plugs would have been floating in that cavity of that stone. So once we realised that, we put the markers a bit higher, right in the middle, between two stones, so that they would have enough grip and would not be floating anywhere.
this man does read a manual.
All in all, the installation of the boiler was rather straightforward. It wasn't the most difficult thing in the world, but that was mainly because all of the entry points and all of the stuff was already there. The previous owners had simply removed the boiler and we could hang a new one in its place. So once we had it hanging on the wall, I continued with cleaning upstairs, and Renee continued with attaching all the bits to the boiler to make it work. Everything went really well until...
Nee! Ah. Doe dat nou niet!
We managed to at least give the boiler some time to get the water in and then to heat it up, but then we obviously had to go and try it. It took a while for all the air to clear out of both the boiler and the system, and for quite a while we had quite the spluttering test. In the end though, it finally came. All the air was cleared and we had warm water, so a little cheer was warranted.
So one of the quick wins that we can do is, at least to make it a bit less grimy, is to remove all those wonderful old lamps and replace them with at least something that looks modern. Obviously all of this will be completely reskimmed and redesigned, and will have actual proper good not design lamps, but some better lamps eventually. But at least it will be good to see all these very old things be gone. So that's a nice little job for this Sunday. So if we go.
Een groot steentje hebben of?
Nee. Die zit al in de lamp. In de lamp zit. Ja, dan kan jij dat goed doen. Het zit er wel verrassend goed voor. Oké. Prachtig design.
Ja.
Je doet hem over die dingetjes.
En dan draai je hem een beetje rond en dan zit hij. Ja, super spannend. Oh, okay. Ta-da! Well, that was one. On to the next. And here we've got another beauty. They've got different, and this one is also very special, but it's going. Wow. And another one.
Nu zet ik hem aan. Heb je hem net nooit aangezet?
Oh, dan staat mijn heroïsche actie er niet op.
Nee.
Ach ja. You have to take my word for it, but I did this lamp by myself, really, I did. I just forgot to record it. Okay, so this is probably the most terrible lamp of them all. It's like one of those old fluorescent tube things. Got two tints in there actually. I think it's a bright one and a warm one. Hi cat, you are not going to enjoy this. Hello. But here we go. Let's see what comes from underneath it and if we can actually tackle this one as easily as well. Here we go. I think this warrants an actual close-up. Look at how lovely. We're gonna see this for a while. But there we go.
Ta-da!
Okay, so the last one is this one here in the living room, and where I actually said the other one was going to be the most difficult one, it might be this one. This beautiful thing is not our thing, and it's going eventually, but we're not ripping it out today. But that does mean that that nice kind of meringue thing that they've got going on here, that we've got going on here, we might need to just file it down a bit, or whatever it is we can do to make it fit. So let's see what we find when we put out the lamp and see what we can break off easily. I don't know. Let's find out. Dit zeg maar, dit. Als ik hier aan zit nu.
Ja.
Ach, het is een let dingetje.
Gezellig.
Leuk. Prachtig. Is beter dan het was? Doe ik het voor je.
Klaar.
Thank you so much for watching this video. In the next one we are going to have a look at the outside work that we've done so far, as well as some cleaning up in the garage, which also means that we now have a lot more workable space downstairs for when the actual DIY is going to start. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and we hope to see you in the next video.